Hi there everyone, this is Spelio with my replay number 5, and this is a match on Alpine Ridge against AggonyKinjo. So I just got the unlimited camera thing, and I've been having some fun with this. It's pretty cool, I gotta say. I can zoom straight in on my general and his funny hat as such. Anyway, let's take a little look. So we're on Alpine Ridge, as I said, and I have my usual build of 7 lone swords, 2 Yaryashigaru meat shields, I have Matchlock warrior monks paired with Yaryashigaru, my general paired with Yaryashigaru. I have this new unit of Katana Cavalry that I ranked up the other day. They are called Linus Pauling, after the famous chemist, who was a pretty cool guy. I also have a Yari Cavalry, 2 units of Naginata Monk Cavalry that are very ranked up, and a unit of very fast light cavalry. Over here hidden I have my Wako Raiders. Kinjo, I'm going to put this on slow-mo now so it just starts going, has 2 Yaryashigaru mate shields, 3 bow monks, 3 lone swords, general, who is a leadership general of a very similar makeup to my own. He has 2 of these Matchlock Ashigaru paired with Yaryashigaru and lone swords, one on the other side, there we go. And he has 2 Naginata Cav, which are currently hidden. There's one at the back and one in this forest, and we'll see them in a little while. So just while this goes, I'm going to zoom it way out. I mean, look how cool the camera is when you zoom it out. You can see everything, if it wasn't for the fog anyway. Really enjoying the unlimited camera. Anyway, I just start moving my cavalry and everything else up, and he's doing similar, just getting in position. So in the meantime, I'm going to talk and say that I've redesigned my YouTube channel a little bit. There's now a nice background picture from a screenshot I took earlier, and a little bit of transparency on the sort of outer borders and crap like that. I don't know, it looks a little bit nicer. I've also made up an image of my general to use for the intro in these videos, so I hope that'll make things a little bit more streamlined looking, or at least that's what I would hope for anyway. So I'm going to fast forward this a touch because it's going to take a little while. So here we see, he's got these matchlocks on the flank, and I actually use in 22k battles, I use a similar idea to this. I put my matchlocks on the sides, but for a large battle, not so much. So I see he's moving all his units kind of near this forest. This is smart because what he wants to do here is use this shallow water to slow my units down if I charge him. I do the same thing if I'm playing defensively. So here we see that he's spotted my Wako Raiders because they've got too close. So I just said I'm going to charge them, see if I can hit these matchlocks. And in the meantime, I've moved my cav up to support. And I realise I've got to get my units moving because I don't want to waste units by having this flank of his tied up, but my units there are isolated. So I start running my units up so that they get there in time. And we see his archers already firing, and these archers are they're pretty good. But what he does is, notice he's targeting the lone sword units instead of my fodder, because this is smart as well, because it's the lone swords that are going to do the damage in the end. So keep that in mind. People don't let your bows auto fire because it just wastes ammo on meat shields, which you don't want. Anyway, over here, I'm just going to put this in slow-mo again because we're missing things. What happened was, my cavalry got the charge bonus on his Naginata Cav, so his got completely screwed up. So that's him basically lost 1 unit, and I retain both of mine at good strength. So he's brought out his next unit here because I've freed up a unit of mine, and I'm going matchlock hunting with them. As you can see here, they've just charged in and knocked some guys on their asses. So I want to kill his matchlocks as much as I can, because matchlocks really are the true enemy of lone sword armies. Anyway, amazingly these Wako Raiders are still alive. They're fighting away with a lone sword and a Yaryashigaru, so they're doing okay. So I'm going to put it on normal play mode now, and I will see I've started moving my cav on the right up as well, the light cav and the Naginata Monk cav, and Kinjo starts to move these to protect this flank, I think. We'll see him, he kind of uses it to kind of block this bit of straight land, so I have to go by the shallow water on either side if I'm moving around. In the meantime, as his cav have come in, I've loosed mine again and pulled them away from the matchlocks, which have been damaged to some degree. They're not particularly bashed up, but anyway, I free my cav up and put it straight into his archers through this little gap here, and because I really want to, these are doing serious damage to some of my lone sword units, so I really want to kind of distract them and take some of them down. In the meantime, his cavalry unit on this side is almost dead. It takes bloody ages to kill Naginata Monk cavalry. just because they have so much defense, but they're still tied down, so they're not doing any damage to me. At this point, as we'll see here, there's something wrong. My general and my matchlocks are way behind my longsword front. This is because I was stupid and forgot to move them forward. As we'll see, this costs me quite a bit later, but I have to move them up ASAP. So let's continue with our play. So we see here, he's really chewing up this longsword on the right, and my cavalry are straight into his back here, and this unit of bowmonks are now out of action because they're tangled up, and he has to move this meat shield back to try and kill my cav, which does work because the cav are now surrounded, but Nipsey just pulls meat shield away. So and then I move these units left because I want to try and get them swing them around behind. And if we go back to pause mode, I've now moved this cav on the right, and I want to get this in behind him as well. So I notice these matchlocks are already set up. They're, well, more or less. So what I want to do is, these cav, the light cav, are really fast. These ones are called the Ziltodian Riders. I don't know if any of you are Devon Townsend fans, but that's what these are named after. Everyone loves Ziltoid. Anyway, yeah, so I decided, because these are very quick, they're good for disrupting matchlocks, so I decided to charge them straight in, and as we will see, I'm going to make sure there's nothing else going on that's interesting. Nah, not really. I'm going to put this in slow-mo and just watch the charge, because this is quite cool. And he's put the Irish Guard behind him into spear wall mode, but it doesn't matter because I was wanting to kill the matchlocks. And we see this guy flying through the air, and it's a pretty successful charge. I mean, the cavalry die when they hit the spear wall, but what I managed to do here is get my other cavalry behind him. In the meantime, we see that my longsword morale has plummeted. Many of them are wavering or near to it, and on the upside, this is even, if we look at this unit, you can see how squishy the morale on these things is, because this unit is, oh no wait, that's the Wacko Raider unit. Okay, that'll be the end of that one then. But we see that they're only fighting one longsword here. It's the Yashigaraban's a longsword against one longsword that's really bashed up, and these are wavering already. I mean, it's crazy. The morale on them really is just terrible, even with some of the Ikoiki retainers. So here we see, he's still continuing to chew these units out with his archers, and he's starting to move his own longswords in now. Here I'm trying to pull these light cav out so I can use them again somewhere, because they really did do a good bit of damage to these matchlocks. I've also started to move this katana cav in because I see that he's engaged this unit, so I can actually get in through this gap to his general. I've also got this unit chewing up these matchlocks as well, and I've got this longsword moving behind him, and this one is engaged. He manages to catch these Najanath cav on his longswords. I was wanting to go behind, and he also moves these matchlocks out to kill the light cav, since it's just sitting here doing nothing because I completely forgot about it. In the meantime, I've now moved my general and my matchlocks up at long last, which really was, you can see the general radius is now over these guys, so the morale kind of starts returning. Here we see the charge on his general, which was successful. Didn't kill his general, but it did a good bit of damage, and he's now engaged, so he's having to pull units away from elsewhere to try and get me off him, and he's got no unengaged spears. They're all far away or in water, and I've had to move these cav far away to avoid these spear unit. But nonetheless, this has given me the chance, because he's now distracted by trying to save his general, to get my own general in place and my matchlocks up in running more or less. So I mean, at this point, the battle could go either way, but the main thing I have is that my forces are sort of all on this side, whereas because I've attacked him from the right, a lot of his are scattered around, plus his general's wide open. So we'll see here, I start moving this unit back in again, and I'm now moving my longswords in from the back, and I've got him from two sides here, but he has the same chance to do things on me. So what I'm doing here is trying to kind of thin his numbers with the matchlocks, and I need to target this unit because it's sitting right close to where my general is. So we'll see that firing in a second. And these have a good line of sight, they're actually firing over my units and straight into the fray, so that's pretty good. As you can see, he's now targeting with his bows. And the katana cavalry are now dying, but he's got most of his general units, so I'm hoping that I can start to finish his units off with these Najanath cavalry. As you can see, my units on the left hand side have been war cried. I assume that's probably, yeah, that'll be by his Najanath cavalry. And I picked off some of this unit with this matchlock unit, and then I realised that my katana cav are gone and his general's only got 15 guys left, so I'm going to move these and start shooting his general. And if I can kill his general, hopefully I'll win, was my thoughts here, because this could still go either way. because you know he's now getting units into my general here, and that's the last thing I need because I've only got this Yarishigaru defending them, and they'll die pretty quickly to the lone swords. And here you see, you know, I was trying to get them to get this matchlock unit, and I should have put these in wedge formation rather than charging them straight into the Yarishigaru, but I was a little bit busy evidently. So here we see the successful sniping of his general. He's only got a couple of units of general left. I can't actually see his general. Where is he? Can see if we can see the killing blow. Oh, okay, too much green. I can't see where he is. But if we just pause, oh, that's his general gone now. So we'll pause here. We see most of his units are wavering, and they have no morale left, and they're under matchlock fire. Plus, I've now used this Najinath Cav to war cry his units in this area, so the morale really is suffering, and I will see them start to rout immediately now, one by one, and they just pop off and disappear as my cavalry kind of ransacks through them, and the lone swords get back in, and now I want to get everything in, and chain rout. But I'm going to pause this before it ends. So it was a really good battle, it was quite challenging. I had to use my cavalry to its maximum ability, get around the sides and in where I could to kind of screw up his range units. It was definitely a close one because I forgot to bring my general up, which was really stupid. I should never have made a sort of mistake like that, to put it, but oh well, it turned out well in the end. Kinjo wants a rematch at some point. He'll probably kick the crap out of me, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this particular replay, and I will see you soon for another.